Okay. So, as all of you know, everyone has been captured by the drow, one way or another. Either by misfortune or misfortune, because there is no upside to being enslaved by such a vile race. You have been handcuffed and blindfolded and chained in a line to many other prisoners. Some of them have, let me backtrack a little bit. Until you reached a dark cavern, it's when your blindfolds or headbags were taken off. So you lost all sense of direction. You have no idea where you are. In your days of travel, many of the slaves groups were already picked off and taken elsewhere by other carriages, and you have no idea where their destination might be, or if they are still alive even. After many more days of travel, you finally reach a place where you have heard them mention, and even if you don't share a language with these creatures, you understand the names, and you know that you're headed to Velkynvelve, a drow outpost. I sent the name in chat.
Drow speak Undercommon? Question mark.
They do.
I think I know Undercommon. I don't actually remember what I put. I think I know Undercommon. I'm pretty sure I put Undercommon.
You don't.
Oh, well, I guess I fucked up then. Oh well. Dwarvis was supposed to be replaced with Undercommon. Oh well, it is what it is.
It is what it is. So, other names that you have now recognized is that the she called herself Mistress. Is Ilvara of House Misrim is who commands this outpost and who all the other drow answer to. You have noticed that these drow, especially Ilvara, have very respect for all of you and all the other prisoners, often just pushing you around, and if the slightest hint of rabble should sprout, you would see her take out from her belt this whip that ends in 3 tentacles, just splitting in 3 different ways, and whoever is the victim of the other end of this weapon, you, judging by the screams they let out, would just suffer a very painful punishment. The order in which you arrive to the Velkynvelve outpost is... I had it in here just a minute ago. Elari, Cassian, and Zerix, you 3 would arrive at the same time in here. You would be the ones that have spent the longest together, but you are not alone in this prison cell. There is other prisoners that you would get to know, and I'll describe them in just a bit. But after the arrival of you 3, Pixie is the next one to be thrown in this dark corner, followed by Karma, and then lastly, to be introduced, Niall. Now that all of you are now in this prison pen, I can describe to you what happens in this place.
Thanks for just using the prison as a motel right now. He's chilling.
Just chilling, you say?
Yeah, I can just imagine him. He's just like, free food, a place to sleep, not in the wilds.
Every day for you, it is an alien world that you have, if you have heard of, is not much. And now seeing it with your own eyes is much more terrifying than anything you could have imagined. Every corner is dark, and the corners that are not are illuminated by this unnatural light produced either by drow magic or bioluminescent fungi. All semblance of natural light doesn't exist in here. The sun doesn't penetrate through, and cold very quickly just takes hold of every corner. You would have days where just nightmares take over your nights, and you very quickly lose sense of time. You don't know when is day, when is night, because every time of any time of day is just darkness. The only sense of time that you can manage to grasp is the guards' shifts and their routines. You know that once a day you receive food, and also once a day you get taken out from your slave pen at random and then forced to perform heavy work duties such as cleaning the outpost. And when there's nothing really to do, the drow just force you to do meaningless tasks. They would just force you to push heavy rocks for no apparent reason, or they will just uncoil the ropes on top of you and order you coil it again. And they treat you with little respect, as they've always done since the very second you were captured by them. It is clear that for them, you are less than a thinking being, and even more so apparent to the woman of the group that consists of Ilvara, previously mentioned, and Asha, who you have heard to be mentioned as the priestess of the outpost, and she doesn't really make much presence in the outpost. You have just seen I'll keep that in mind. Just answering to a DM. Are you guys able to see this scene right now?
No.
No?
Be black.
It's stuck at 98, both settings.
Yeah, I'm stuck at 98 as well.
Didn't want to interrupt you.
Here, I'll just duck down. Everyone just look at my picture background.
Yeah. Oh, man.
That's what you should be seeing in screen right now.
And stay down.
And the other prisoners that you are with are... The only race that you recognize is a dwarf, a female dwarf, that has been imprisoned here for longer than any of you have. Here, let me just... Shit, this scene just loaded, and I'm about to change it again. Let me know when everyone is loaded in.
My shit would load faster if I
A bit.
wasn't also in a game as well at the same time.
Yeah, you should probably just be on Foundry.
I would recommend closing that, yeah.
I just have it open in the background because I can't really save it at the moment, so...
I'm just stuck with like I can't switch scenes until resource is finished loading.
Hmm.
Damn.
Yeah, doesn't work for me. Neither. Either.
I'm just gonna F5 it and see if it.
Wait.
I already tried restarting.
Hmm.
I get the creepy music.
Yeah.
Okay, at least that one changed.
Yeah.
I have sounds muted. That was hard to hear.
You can.
There's a playlist tab. You can adjust your sounds.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I
The
cannot
playlist
switch
tabs.
scenes until resources finish loading.
Hold on.
Maybe I can just rejoin. Maybe that's an option.
Should I try reloading the whole application, maybe?
There is a reload application button down low.
No, but I like close the whole.
All right, it just loaded for me.
Okay.
I'm fine. I can steer the theater over the minded.
Same.
Hold on. Okay, Bo just streamed it, so you
Ah,
can join the stream and see what's going on.
Love it.
Yeah.
So,
Also, like
What's up?
my token should be small.
are you a small creature?
Yeah.
I thought you were going with medium.
No. It's on my character sheet.
Darn it. There we go. So, with everyone now seeing what's going on screen, I'll proceed to describe your fellow prisoners, starting with the leftmost one to the rightmost one. The strangest creature that you've probably seen in your entire lives is this fish creature in the corner over here. You have come to know that... Wait, first of all, maybe I should say that there is this little creature that looks like a walking fungus. That in the time that you've been here, you've learned that this creature can just wave his cap and report its spores, and everyone touched by them forms a telepathic bond within all of them. And this telepathic bond allows you to communicate with any creature, even if you don't share a language with them. So thanks to this little guy, you guys are able to talk with the rest of your fellow prisoners. Other thing that you would notice is that first, you are all restrained by shackles, both in your hands and your feet. You have the restraint condition, but your movement speed is not reduced. And while inside your slave pen, you also noticed that your magic doesn't work in here. There has to be some sort of anti-magic field in this room that prevents you from casting any spells. Now, thanks to this telepathic bond created by the little funky guy, you have come to learn a little bit from your other inmates. The first one being the fish guy that I already mentioned. He would call himself Shuchar. The Awakened.
I was gonna say, I don't know if we're supposed to see that on my screen as well. I had to look at the thing and it's different. I just see the animated background thing.
Oh, maybe because the other scene just loaded for you, but because I changed it, hold on.
Yeah, I can see a bridge.
It's okay, you can look at the stream and
Yeah.
see what's going on in here. Because if I try to go back to another and then back to this one, it'll take just longer.
Yeah.
You can also right-click in the players list and do poll to scene, and just poll specific people to scenes.
Who's not here? Okay, so pull to scene.
I'm loaded in now
Nice.
into the scene.
Sam.
I still just see an animation. There we go.
Okay, is everyone here now?
Okay, I can log off of Arc finally.
Okay, Max, do you see?
Yeah.
Good. You have learned that Shushar is what the species is what is called a Kuotoa, which is a species of fish people that live in the Underdark, and he describes his people as very eccentric, and that he once used to be like one of them, but until he discovered enlightenment, and now he has chose a life of peace and forgiveness. That is what he says. Continuing with the dwarven lady that I mentioned before, Eldeth Beldrun is what she calls herself. She mentions that she lived in the city of Gantelgrim until in one expedition he had the misfortune of running into a drow raid where she was captured, and in order to not be killed, she had to abide, which hurt her pride, but she is eager to escape at any given chance. She also mentions how much she hates the other Underdark species, and should a escape plan be formed, hopefully is not with the others. Now, coming up to this upper corner, you see this smallish creature that you have come to learn that it is a... Oh, hold on, let me type down the name of the dwarven. That's not the character that said it, by the way. I forgot that when you click a character, you just speak through them. So this next creature is a smallish creature that you have come to know. It is called a Darrow, which is very similar to a Duergar. And the Duergar is like the Underdark Dwarvens, but quite different, and you'll see as you run into them later in the campaign. This calls himself Bupito, and he is very charismatic and very gregarious. Once you get thrown in here, he approached you to say hi, introduce himself, and just asks you various random questions, but you can notice that something sinister is under that facade. Next is the funky little guy that allows you to communicate telepathically to its spores. Doesn't talk much. Talks like a toddler at best, and you have learned from the others that this is known as a myconid. That is a race of, it's a species of underdark sentient fungi. And next to him is the deep gnome Jim Jar. You very quickly noticed that this deep gnome is addicted to bets. He would bet on you on virtually anything, betting you that you cannot go unseen by a guard, or you cannot go, you can steal from something. And the bets that he would do, he'd say that he'll pay them once he has the gold, should you succeed on completing the bet. But he can tell that there's something wrong with them very quickly. This guy is Jim Jar.
I want you to know I'm not going to remember a single one of these names.
But don't worry. I have everything transcribed in the video, so you'll be able to download it.
Nice.
Now, and
I'm just going to call him Jar Jar Binks at this rate.
Jar Jar. Also, there's a channel for characters in the server that I'll be updating frequently with the names and of the characters and what conditions you met them in.
Okay.
Coming down here, there is this bestial figure that looks like a hunched over, kind of like a werewolf, but with not so much wolf features on him. There's more like him all over the Velkynvelve outpost, but you have noticed that this one acts much more civilized than the others. And he would tell you that he's actually not a quaggot. It is the species name, but that he is an elven prince cursed into this form. His name would be Terendil, and he claims to be the prince.
He's trying to find it.
Yep. The prince of the Elven Kingdom of Nidildaven.
I know we're not in a game right now. I am curious though, would my character know if he's telling the truth or not because of, reasons?
We are in the game now.
We are in.
Oh, I didn't even fucking know. I still thought it was. I thought you were just explaining what was going on. Oh, okay. Can I insight check to see if he's telling the truth?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. I have to get back up on my bed. Yeah. There we go. Alright. Let me. I'm just gonna do it on Beyond. It's easier for me. I know where shit is.
If you press the letter C from card, you open your character sheet and you can see all your attributes and whatnot.
I don't know if this is up to date or not. We'll just roll with it. Get it? Roll with it. Alright. I don't think this is up to date.
What is?
I don't think this is. I think I have to update this. I don't think it is. Let me check. Okay, no man. I think it. Okay, I have no bonus on insight. I thought I did. Okay. Wait. Oh, it says wisdom, it's not charisma. Okay. Anyway, so that's tangent. Is that a 13? No, it's a 15. Okay.
After hearing the name of this kingdom, Nidildaven, you have no recollection of it ever existing, and you start suspecting that that is a lie.
Zerix is gonna go over and be like, "Ha! I've never heard of this place. It can't be all that grand."
It's because you haven't been to the High Forest, he will reply you in Elvish. Which you don't speak, but because of the telepathic communication with the spores, you can actually understand him.
I'm gonna reply and just be like, well, if it sounds like if it's a real place, then perhaps I'll take a visit there at some point in time. But I can't say that I believe you currently.
If we manage to escape here, I would like to return to my people. They may know a way to rid this curse from me.
I see. Well, I am also a prince of a great kingdom, so we are in this together.
He will nod at you and try to stay sane, because you can notice that maybe as he's been polyformed into a body that is not his, the beast inside of him is maybe gnawing at his brain, and he's giving in into this quaggot instinct. But the very last prisoner that you see with you is actually a drow, and you would recognize him to be one of the guards that would just vigilate the slave pen that you're incarcerated in. The day that he was thrown in here, maybe the ones that arrived at a later date didn't witness this, but the others that arrived very early did. He was just shackled by other two drow and just thrown into the prison pen. And Pixie, you would understand what they say because you do actually speak Undercommon. And as they throw him into the pen, you would hear the others tell him, "Don't get comfortable. Only execution awaits you back at Mensoberon's son." As he, his name would be Zerix. I'm sorry I said that through your character.
By the way, sorry, I don't want to interrupt. Just, I don't know why, but I see a penis on the map. I just thought I'd point that out.
I do not see it.
I feel like I'm the only one who's seeing it right now.
But okay.
Good question. I do have a question. Like, are these shackles? Are they like magical?
They appear just to be regular metal, but it is very sturdy and it is very tight on your wrists and ankles.
Could I try to make a strength check to attempt to either break out of them or to break wherever, if it's like chained into a wall, to break it out of the wall?
You could, but in just a second.
Okay.
Even though that Sarith, as I mentioned, was a former guard of this place, but he was thrown in here with you after he went into a blind rage and murdered one of his kind. Now he's just another slave. And after I've described all of the characters, feel free to reaccommodate yourself to wherever your character might actually be and attempt to do whatever you might do. Also, I want to add, Zerix, your character actually was also chained by your chest to contain your wings. And they were chained so tightly that your wings were actually broken.
Okay, great. I've got a question. What about my sword? Because I don't know if that's bound to me. I don't know if that's chained up as well, or what the fuck is going on with that.
Forgot to mention, you were stripped of all of your equipment, and you have no idea what they did with it. All you have is rags for clothing.
Okay, can I try to break out of the chains? Just using my sheer strength.
Do a strength check.
Come on, give me a nat 20,
athletics.
baby. Yeah, you want to see it. Athletics, you said?
You can use athletics, yeah.
Okay. Man, I wish I had proficiency now. Alrighty. Wait, why is it only a +3? Why do I have... Okay, whatever. Yep, okay.
I forgot to mention, I described all your fellow prisoners, but forgot to ask you to describe your characters.
You know what, we will. Yeah, we can just assume that it's dark in here, unless you have dark vision as well. Most people do.
As you are now acquainted with yourselves, we'll start in the same order that we introduced ourselves earlier. So, Elari, go ahead and just describe your character. With a 13, you strike with all your might, but what you managed to accomplish is just hurt your wrists from
Can I
attempting
try
to
one more time, just out of pure
break
like
this.
getting pissed off?
No.
Damn.
Elari, what is your character like?
He's like just a regular tiefling. As you can see, he's red. He's average sized, maybe a bit on the small side. And I think, that's it. There would be nothing notable about him. Just like a regular tiefling.
As the others speak with you, what would you tell them? Where are you
Excuse me?
from?
Oh,
How did
I'm
you end
from.
up here?
I'm from. I was born into a circus. We were a traveling circus, like going all around. Go all around and performing. And I would perform sometimes, but most of the times I would be busy with stealing of the people in attendance, trying to pickpocket, just trying to take as much as possible, basically. And I did that for like the 20 years or something. Well, not maybe not the first 10 years of my life, but from very young age. Yeah, I think that's it.
Sounds good. Cassian, what do your character look like?
My character, he's between Cassian, Valerian. He is 25 years of age. He has, you can say, light brown hair, pointy ears, as he's a half-elf. Quite a, I don't know how to say, about a skinny face, also pointy chin. He has a red robe on with some yellowish features. He normally would have his spellbook, but well, this I know it's confiscated. And he goes to and as he will say to the group, I'm from Silvery Moon. I always like to read, like to study, and I like to study because I want to get the power of. I want power to be a better wizard and the best wizard I can. So I went to some other places, tried to find libraries that didn't have knowledge that Silvery Moon had, and I think one day I wanted power a little bit too much, and I got captured by this stupid drow folk people, and now I'm here all tied up and don't know how long I've been. I think it's 7 or 8 days. I can't even keep count anymore. And he just looks away at the group, feeling ashamed that he got captured.
Nice. Niall, what is your character like?
Alright.
You say something to Cassian, Zerix?
I was going to ask if I could go next, because I want to quickly go to the toilet and stuff after.
Maybe go now, and we'll continue once
Okay.
you're done with that, because you don't want to lose the introduction of the rest.
Alright, no worries.
Wait a little bit. In the meantime, Bo, can you tell me again how do you do the quick?
If you look at your DM, it's the macro that I sent you like 10 minutes ago.
Oh, it's a macro.
Yeah, you just add it to your hotbar. And when you select tokens, you run the macro, how it says.
Whoa.
So you could go through while we have a moment and show everyone's art off if you'd like.
how to make a new macro?
Just click your hotbar, and then instead of chat, click script.
Wow!
And then select the token, and then just run the macro. If you hold shift, like it says, it'll show the portrait photo. Yeah, there you go.
Wow, okay.
What a face.
Thanks, this will be very useful.
Yes, it will be, because I just found out I can run it in games I'm not a DM.
This guy looks so wasted in the art. Like his eyes drifting off in 2 different locations.
Yeah.
Dude, the other day he was so mad in the cell. I saw his eyes, and they looked at each other for a second. They actually looked straight. That's how pissed he was. But I've never seen a Kuo-toa, so maybe this is what they all look like. Maybe they all have eyes like that.
I remember the first character description I did. It's like a big, tall dragonborn in plate with a shield, and then Aaron was after me. And he was a whole fucking story with like every single gleam of the armor standing proud, and was just like, oh my god. It was a good one. I usually use just ChatGPT now because I'm not that good at describing stuff still.
ChatGPT rots your brain even further.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to ask ChatGPT if that's true. I mean, I like writing stuff out to it and then having it rewrite it so it doesn't make me sound like me.
Yeah, my issue mostly with ChatGPT is that people just straight raw dog it, copy and paste exactly. Whereas I'm like, at least remove the dashes, at least make it like, remove some of the descriptive words, make it sound a little bit more human rather than just ooga booga ooga booga ooga booga. You know.
Are you back with us?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I mean, I could have been taking a shit on the toilet and talking to you at the same time. Who knows?
Okay, so proceed with your description, Niall.
All right, so you notice a well-dressed nobleman with some sharp, refined features and long, black, flowing hair. He's wearing this high-collared crimson coat, and it's adorned with these clasps that are golden and some certain embroidery that looks a bit aristocratic, but as well as practicality. Definitely looks a bit, what would it be? Kind of like a yuppie. He definitely looks like comes from money. But you've heard his voice. It's a little bit smooth, and you see that he carries himself with a bit of confidence, like he walks a fine line between confidence and arrogance.
That's the attire he would have if it wasn't stripped from him.
Oh, so we're all like naked?
No, you have rags for clothing.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Good. I'm self-conscious.
Pixie.
All right.
Oh,
Cease.
wait. Oh, wait. What would your character say to the other prisoners?
I haven't really said much so far.
Okay,
Just kind of keeping to myself, yeah. Been observing everyone else.
You've been here only for
A couple days, yeah. So
not the longest, so maybe the others haven't learned much about you. But Pixie, that brings us to you.
Okay, so Pixie is a 170-year-old gnome. She is standing at the proud 4.3, so that would be 129 centimeters. Quite tall for a forest gnome. She has like a darker complexion, long brown hair, and nice green eyes. And she's a devout follower of Mieliki, if I'm allowed to have the pendant still. So that it's the forest and ranger god that will help her out through her deity. And yeah, she's been here for a few days, and particularly interacting with Cassian. to the rest of the group, she would have mentioned that she's been in Underdark on a mining expedition gone wrong, delving too deep and unfortunately getting captured by the drow. And that will be it for me.
Nice. Karma. What does your kitty cat look like?
All right. Yeah, you see just like what looks like just a regular house cat at first just get hurled into the cell with like little tiny manacles. Probably didn't, maybe they're used for like children or gnomes, but like a spotted ocelot / cheetah pattern for seems to have wandered in here from what probably would have said. You can tell that like it's a nomadic wanderer who's been I've been looking for ways into the Underdark for some time, and in those attempts and struggles I found the entrance, but not the way that I had intended. Getting captured by these drow, and what I would be doing right now, probably. Sorry, what is Pixie? You're the gnome, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably just like scooch up close to Pixie and just like off in the corner, like, hey, let me see your manacles, and slowly trying to like pick the lock on yours with my claw.
Roll for dexterity. You rolled privately.
Oh, well, it was bad.
If you right click, you can reveal to everyone.
Oh.
Indeed, your claws. You almost break your claw by trying to do that. You feel that if you did a little bit more pressure, it would just snap out of your little paw, and you decided to just stop trying that. Bringing us to Zerix. Bringing us to Zerix.
Earth
Are
to
you with
Zerix.
I know what he's doing.
My shit was bugging. Sorry about that. I installed some audio driver stuff and it was bugging. There we go.
Oh.
Alright. So Zerix is just huge. 7'2". His muscles have muscles. He's got what looks to be extremely hard and dense plate-like scales all along his body. You also notice as well that the back of his tail, he has very jagged-like spikes that softly glow and hum a yellow sort of light inside them, almost like they could glow depending on the situation. He also has what seems to be, these wings that are slightly broken at the moment due to being held against his will. But aside from that, you could also tell that despite wearing rags, he has a ring on his finger that they were unable to take off, which seems to be basically stuck on his finger. And it has a beautiful gemstone on it, a black diamond that sits on his index finger.
I don't remember you mentioning that anywhere in our conversations, though.
Did I not?
Nope.
I swear I mentioned it.
This is the first time I hear from any stuck ring on your finger.
I mean, it's not magical, it's just a ring. I don't know if that... I mean, I can not have it, but I swear I mentioned it.
If you have a ring stuck on your finger is cut out. You can decide either to not have a ring or not have a finger.
Well, I was assuming it would be fine because I have, like, scales, so I don't know if that would stop the it being.
It's drow. They're gonna get the ring one way or another.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, then ignore that. But aside from that, you know, he has a very straight posture. Like, you know, you could probably tell he's from a higher class. And he doesn't slouch or anything like that, and he just keeps his chin up. And he seems to be deep in thought at the moment, kind of looking at the ground. DM, can I do the thing?
The what thing?
The telepathic.
Yeah, in one of the times where this fungi guy was spreading his spores, you have a telepathic bond. Who do you want to talk to?
I was going to, well, aside from that, there is another telepathic thing. Wink, wink.
Oh, no, you cannot.
Yeah. Because you never specified a range on it, so...
Did I not?
No, on the, like, I can show you right now in the thing, it just says you can telepathically communicate to it. There is no range distance.
I think it was implied in the text, but in case it was not clear, I'll DM something to you.
Okay. I'm gonna assume like we're probably gonna put like 60 or 120 feet or something like that. That's what I guess. Oh, that's annoying.
Okay.
Okay, never mind then. He's just gonna be like, he's just gonna go, damn it.
And what would you have said to the other prisoners?
He's actually just not gonna say anything. But he is going to side eye one of them. He's gonna side eye this purple person. I don't know what that is.
Shushar.
Yeah. So he's just gonna side them because he's like, what the fuck is that?
He would look at you with this stoned face, like.
He's just happy to
And-
be here.
He looks very unworried, untroubled by what's happening.
Fair enough. I was gonna ask, can I make an investigation check to try to find anything that other prisoners might have left behind within the, I assume it's like hay or something on the ground, for anything that might be useful to get out.
Thanks for bringing that up, because I totally forgot about these scavenged goods. So, in your timing here, you would have managed to pick small trinkets, small objects while doing your cleaning duties or things that might be just easy to snatch. And for this, I want everyone to roll a d20.
Okay, Dad. I got a 9. Wait, no, what did I get? No, mine didn't roll. Why didn't mine not roll?
I see it right under mine.
Just straight D20.
Just a d20, yes.
Okay, I don't know
And
why.
it, and it can be public, right?
It can.
Okay.
Oh,
Will do.
that's unfortunate.
Damn, you all suck.
So self roll means only I see it, right?
Yep.
I'll roll again then. Wait,
You can
so
right click. You can right click and reveal it.
It didn't show me an option for it this time. I don't know.
How much did you roll?
A 20.
We'll keep that.
I rolled 2 times, but it didn't show.
It's showing.
I see yours. 6 and 2.
Oh, I didn't. I can't see it for some reason. But the 6 then.
Yep. So, Pixie,
Why can't I see it?
I will DM you what you have found. It's up to you if you want to keep it hidden or reveal it.
And we have found the same thing.
Maybe you have found the same thing. Niall, I will DM you what you have found.
Yeah.
Wow.
That reaction.
Well, I found the same thing, so it's up to Dean if he wants me to re-roll or not.
No, it's different.
Okay, nice.
Everyone else doesn't find anything, or
Zerix, I will DM you what you have found.
oh, I did find something. Oh wow.
Alright.
Yoink. Yoink. Can I just convert that immediately, or do I have to thingy it later?
To the what?
Can I just convert that to currency, or can I just, or do I just thingy? Like I have to.
Add it as an item.
Okay, then Alright, I'm just curious.
Max, I will DM you what you have found.
I'm just gonna add this to my Beyond sheet. It's just gonna be so much easier.
Hmm.
What the fuck? Okay.
Elari, I will DM you what you have found.
What is the ad? Bo, is it control space or was it?
For what?
Advantage? No, adding in the prompt up to add in a catalog item.
That's a module.
Okay.
So you're gonna have to just go to the compendiums or add it yourself.
Okay.
Cassian, I will DM you what you have found.
Okay. And we would have found these while cleaning stuff, right? If I'm not mistaken.
What's up?
We would have found these stuff while cleaning and doing jobs for the drow.
Yep. And you have managed to keep it hidden from them, because if you know that if they see it, they'll take it.
Did you send me one?
I did.
Mhm.
Okay.
So let me give you the items in your sheets for those that apply.
I already added mine.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. Where are you? Shit. Why are you hidden under Pixie?
I'm familiar. Oh.
You're familiar. Okay. And with all information acquired, what would you guys like to do?
Have I noticed any guards making patrols or anything looking out this window or the door as long as I have been?
You know that the... Oh yeah, I should probably share this. Then we are actually not done with the introduction.
Suddenly, an explosion happens. And I just...
In the Discord channel, I will send to maps the Velkynvelve side view. This is the place that you've been for quite some days now, and you notice that some of the stalactites that hang from the ceiling have been carved from the inside and converted into kind of rooms and watchtowers for the draw. The only hanging tower that you haven't been to is the biggest one, and the one that Ilvara and Asha use for their headquarters. You're not allowed to go in there. The rest of the places you go either to clean or perform meaningless dull tasks that the drow just force you to do. And you have noticed that the one on the leftmost part of this image that I sent to the Discord is the den where the Quaggot rest and eat. You have noticed that about a dozen of them roam around, often accompanied by a drow. The hanging tower that is right in front of you, it is like a watchtower that has some slits for them to see through. You have noticed that there's constantly 3 of them, always watching their surroundings. All these hanging towers are connected by bridges made with Circ wood, that you have learned that Circ wood is a fungi that grows in the Underdark, that its bark is as tough as wood, and it is used as such in the Underdark, and connected by spider silk ropes. This bridge connects to the other hanging towers and the rest of the outpost, where the last 2 hanging towers serve as the elite warriors' personal quarters, and there's other caves that serve as the other guards' quarters. They don't have many privilege as the elite ones. There's also a lift that is operated by a crane, I think this is called, that it goes all the way down to the bottom of the cave that is just over 100 feet deep. But right under these hanging towers and the caves that you're in, it is completely covered by all these spider webs. And you used to have other cellmates, but they proved to be too troublesome to keep around, and they've been, without a second thought, thrown into these webs to be devoured by swarms of spiders that just lurk around it. And that has deterred other of these prisoners to misbehave.
You were in the middle of something, though?
I don't think so. I was just asking if there was like any guards that we noticed patrolling, but I think that's what he was explaining, the lifts and yeah. So we're getting monitored pretty much. Wonderful.
Well, I will. Pixel will turn to Karma and say, "Hey, how's it going with that lock?"
It's like you speak to me, and I'm just like going away at it with my claw. I'm like, I think I almost. God damn it! No, this lock's tough. I don't think I can get it.
Have you spoken to any of the other prisoners?
Not yet. I'm a bit wary. They're all pretty, as like, we probably both just like look straight up. I'm like, pretty large.
Yeah, certainly agree.
Who do you think we could trust around here?
I don't know. We gotta make friends to be able to get out of this place. I at least don't want to stay here.
I mean, yeah, very true. We need to get out of here.
We can probably find out who we can trust.
All right. Start kind of like scoping out the rest of them. Probably just intimidated by any of the under species, the drow, the Duragar, deep, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
Anyone else doing anything specific?
Yeah. I walk up to Elari, and I'm going to whisper to him so the group can't hear. Hey, I know we've been here the longest right now. I don't trust you at all, but I do know that you also want out. And as I say that, I show him a rope of 5 feet that I've gathered while doing jobs, and I say, and I let it, and I show it to him, and I say, "Do you know anything? Maybe we could use this to get out, because yeah, as I said, I know you also want to get out."
I will whisper back to him, so like nobody can hear. I'll say, like, thank God we agree on something. This place is like the worst. I don't think we'll be able to do it with the 2 of us though. Even though that rope could come in handy.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to look if we can find some other guys. You know, of course, in our own for our own benefit, obviously.
Yeah. Before I walk away, I just whisper in his ear, and I say, "I just hope you don't betray me and say that I stolen this rope. I'm trusting you, even though I don't." And I walk away.
Okay.
So, would I have been able to overhear this conversation? They're happening right there.
I imagine you two would have chosen a recluded corner to do this, wouldn't you?
Yep.
Alright,
Okay.
fair enough.
In case what happened just now, that one token overlapped the other, and you cannot move it with your mouse, you can still move them with the arrow keys to get out of that situation.
You can also right-click your token. There's 2 arrows on the left-hand side for bring to front or send to back. It'll sort the layer.
That too. This deep gnome is gonna approach a quite large crowd and speak in a low voice but high enough that the most people around can hear him and say, "Hey, I bet you cannot talk to the prisoner drow. I bet he has a lot of information that we don't know." If he's gonna be executed, maybe he also wants a way out, don't you think?
Zerix is gonna look up and he's gonna go, suppose I could take a crack at it.
Oh, I will owe you 10 gold if you do.
He looks over at the drow and says, "So, got anything useful for us? Seemingly, I assume you want to get out of here as much as we do. Your own kind betrayed you, after all."
And what's for me if I help you? I'm already a dead man anyway.
Well, you won't be a dead man in my kingdom. I'll be sure of that. I can send you on your way with a place to live and food to fill your belly.
A kingdom. You can already forget about that. There's no escape in this place. Once you reach Menso Berenson, if you're not killed outright, you'll become a slave. And that's even worse than being a prisoner.
Well, being stuck here and twiddling my thumbs isn't my style. So, I mean, what's giving up a little bit of information? You can come with us if you'd like, or not. It doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, I'm sure any sort of information will help.
You know who I am? You know what I am? A drow.
Yeah.
I know what you think of me. If we do manage to get out, what say you just won't murder me?
Do you really think I give a shit if you're a drow or not? To all I see is everyone looks the damn same to me.
Roll persuasion.
My favorite. 18. Okay, I got a +6. Ooga Booga Foundry. See. What the fuck do I go for here? Okay, there we go. Bro. I got a 9. Pain.
If your plans are as stupid as gym jars, I'll tell you, the other guards will not budge to his stupid depths, and much less he will go run after a gold coin if they see one.
At the end of the day, it's my life and not yours, so... well, it's not like any of you are gonna... us are gonna rat you out. So... you might as well cough it up at this rate. And if we do get out, and you do want to follow us, then you'll be free. You'll have a life to live. Or you can stay here and rot. The choice is completely up to you.
If you come to me with a plan that makes sense, and that I think would work, I'll speak. Otherwise, he's useless.
I'm pretty good at persuading people. I'm quite the talker, I have to be, because of my title. So I'm sure I could easily think of a way to put on a disguise or something in that manner and have us walk out of here scot-free.
There's a few things already brewing in this outpost. But as I said, no information will come from me until there's a solid plan.
And how about releasing all of the prisoners and making a riot while we escape?
And you think I can do that? You think I was left with a key in here?
No, of course not. But any information, again, is helpful to achieve said plan. I can't formulate a plan if you do not give us information.
Roll another persuasion.
Oh, please be better this time. Fuck. Okay, it's better. 16.
Let me get to this section of the document. Two of the elite guards of the outpost. There's bad water brewing between them. I'm sure you've noticed that Jorlan is not the same as he used to be, and you would know that Jorlan used to be the lieutenant of Ilvara, but then you went a couple of days without seeing him, and when you saw him again, his face was scarred and he was missing a couple of fingers of his dominant hand. He tried to fend off a black ooze not too long ago. He went badly injured. Ilvara saved him, but when he recovered, he come to realize that he was already replaced by Shur. And Shur, you would know, is another of the elite warriors in the Velkynvelve outpost. This certainly seemed to have hurt his feelings, as he seems pretty displeased by this. Not only that, but the outpost is running low on supplies. There was a supply patrol that was to arrive a couple of days ago, but it hasn't. It is feared that it was attacked by monsters, but only time will tell that.
He's gonna say, do you think it's at all possible that this person would want this other dead for such a thing?
If you know drow, you know that it is right.
So, that is a yes.
Yes, rivalry between drow can boil pretty hot.
So, here's the idea then. Why don't we try to promise him of revenge against said person if they let us out?
I don't think it's that easy, and if you dare to pronounce that, he may put us in danger.
Well, any other information that you have?
I'll just say that anything that I've told you, be very careful who you say it to. If the drow of the outpost learn that you have information, it is obvious that it came from me.
Very well. I will make sure. He's gonna head over back to where he was sitting, and Can I make an insight check on everyone here?
What are you trying to tell?
If there are, I would believe that they would be trustworthy to like tell.
Given that you've been here for 10 days, go ahead and I'll let you know what is your vibe on the rest of the prisoners.
Mostly, okay, so old guy over here.
Yep.
What's his deal?
First roll for insight.
Okay, my insight is 0 again, so I'm just gonna go flat 20 here. 11.
Plus the proficiency.
He's not proficient.
Uh-huh.
I'm not. Yeah.
You do notice some hints of madness in him, but he appears to be very talkative and very willing to put on a scene if it should sprout.
Okay. Same one for over here, bottom.
You sense some depression on him. He's very pensive, and all he says is that he wants to return to his people in Nerundil Kingdom.
Okay. This guy looks shady as fuck, whoever this is.
He's the one that bet you that you couldn't talk to the other guy, but once you did, now he owes you 10 gold.
Okay, well, he's gonna walk over and be like, you owe me 10 gold.
You be certain that I'll pay it. I never forget a debt.
Zerix is gonna... would you say I have enough of a hand of free to put a grip on him?
Depends on what you're trying to do with that.
I'm just trying to put my hand on his shoulder.
Yeah, you'd have to do like this, because both hands are kind of together with a chain, but you can.
Okay, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna make an intimidation check, and then he's gonna be like, you best not forget, I always collect debts.
He will look at you a little bit shaken and just nod his head.
Glad we've got that settled. He's then gonna walk over to the people over here, and obviously he's just gonna insight check them as well. He's actually, who are the people that were he known the longest here?
You would see Elari and Cassian here arrive the same day as you did, followed by Pixie.
He's gonna insight check. I'm gonna insight check both of the people that have been here the longest with me.
Between players, unless it is absolutely necessary, I don't like doing
Okay.
checks for each. I just let them decide what the outcome is.
Okay then. In that case, he's gonna go over to one of them. Which one's who?
Elari, this one.
Okay. He's gonna talk to the red guy first, and he's gonna be quiet enough so the others won't hear. So he's gonna kind of like just stand here-ish, like in between the diagonally. And he actually, I guess here. Yeah, and he's gonna whisper to him, and he's gonna be like, he's gonna say what the drow said to him, seeming as obviously he is pretty aware that these people just want to get out of here at this point. And so he relays the information to him.
Okay, so Elari, now you learned of what the drow has told you.
I will respond and say like, I mean, it sounds like he has a point. If we need a good plan, if we want to get out of here. I just heard Cassian, he has a handy piece of rope, which I'm yet to figure out how to use. But if you have a plan that will mutually benefit us both, I'd be willing to try to help you get out.
We could always try to do the good old faithful help he's dying sort of situation. They wouldn't take us prisoner if it meant wanting us to die. Perhaps they want us for some reason, so it could work.
But, yeah. Have they really shown, like, do you really think they care that much?
Well, I mean, there's only one thought. We could incite a fight between two others, or perhaps maybe we could talk a little too loudly how we plan to escape, or something like that, and when they catch wind and try to open the gate, we could all try to rush the guard and tie him up.
Or, alternatively, we could just throw your little drow friend under the bus.
Do you trust anyone else here?
No, not at all. I don't even trust you, to be frank.
That's wise.
All I know is I'll be willing to cooperate as long as it gets me out.
Fair enough. Well, you are free to explain to them what I have told you, but I only told you because I have seen you here for as long as I've been here, so... And he's gonna walk back over to here and he's gonna sit down.
Okay,
Yeah.
what do you
Okay.
decide to do with that information, Elari?
I will keep it to myself.
Sounds good. While that was happening, what is the rest of you up to?
Is this like a door or is it like cells?
It is iron bars bolted to the stone of the wall, so you can see through it.
But they're definitely not thin enough for something to squeak through.
The squares that they form are probably
They're squares? Okay, never mind.
3 by 2 inches. Yeah, there's vertical and horizontal bars.
Okay.
As you guys are you gonna do something?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask this guy. You were
Which
close with the drow. You have some friends still that could come to your aid.
I have no friends anymore. I am just a body waiting to drop.
I disagree. Everyone has friends.
Your society definitely is different than mine.
There is no one here that cares for you.
No, they didn't to begin with. We are just on duty, forced to perform our best, and held to the standards of the Spider Queen. Hoping to one day ascend in the eyes of our superiors. No one here cares for anyone.
Well, how about a first friend?
How about what?
A first friend?
Oh,
Or is he very standoffish even approaching him?
Ever since he was thrown in here, he doesn't start any talk. He responds, but he replies, but he doesn't come forward to talk to anyone. You're a surface dweller. You're the enemy of the drow. Why would I trust you?
It seems that you are as well. We can work together.
And what is your plan?
Well, there are many of us here. Perhaps we can all work together.
Do you really expect those, as he points his head towards this corner or on here, to behave and trust you and follow your plan?
I think if it gets us out of the cell.
I think I see what you're saying. Go on.
Well, perhaps we can convince one of those guards to come to you. Maybe you have some old history. You can use that. And the rest of us can do something with that. I haven't thought out all the details quite yet.
Roll persuasion.
I'm not very anything, to be honest.
You roll privately. Okay, I see it. At least you make some sense. Work out on the details, and I'll work out on mine. Maybe we can come up with something solid.
Alright, and I'm just gonna walk away.
And
I imagine I kind of like leaned up against the wall, but I wasn't really facing or talking to him, just making it seem like I was just standing there.
Sounds good. You see a drow figure approach through the bridge to the pen gate, and you recognize him as Jorlan, the one that suffered some injuries and seems pretty displeased with Shur. It's fitting time, he says in common, as he's holding a bag of dried fungi that it is everything you've eaten in this time in prison. And as a routine, everyone just approaches the prison bars, grabs his portion, and then retreats to the bag. But when Pixie, when you approach to get your ration, he tells you in Undercommon, very quietly, I notice you understand our language.
Pixie will just nod.
He looks to both sides to make sure nobody is overhearing or seeing what he's doing. And he asks you, if I were to give you a chance out, would you take it?
Well, it depends. Will we be recaptured?
That is up to you. If you let them catch you again.
What will happen to us if we get captured again?
That is up to Ilvara. You already know her temper. Imagine.
But what if I want to be in here?
Well, didn't know you were that foolish. Next! And the routine of handing in your rations continues as normal. And he retreats until everyone has had their ration.
Do we get any utensils with our food?
No. You eat the raw mushroom with your hands.
Where's my salad fork?
We're myconoid. We're eating mushroom. It's a mushroom person, and we're.
And with that event, our session 0.1 comes to an end.
Great, man. Thanks for DM, dude.
Yeah.
Thank
Indeed.
you everyone who could make it and for joining this game. And I hope this will be as exciting for me for you guys.
Yeah.
It sure will, man.
Yes.
Indeed.
We'll be seeing each other next week at the same time. I will make an announcement pinging you guys just as a reminder.
Okay.
Yes. Sounds good.